wanna rock right now. I'm 19, I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I feel rock bass when it comes to the microphone. You know I straight rock that. New money came through when we dropped that. Tastebreakers on the beat, can't stop that. Power for a couple dogs with a block at. Woo!
What's good, y'all? Welcome to TV Dinner, episode 10. Got my boy K.Lov here.
Yes,
What's
sir.
good?
What's happening, brother?
Love those glasses.
Thank
fresh,
you, bro. Thank you,
very
bro.
Fresh. TV Dinner, dinner party we throw once a month. We showcase up-and-coming talent. K.Lov has been someone we've wanted on the show for a while now, so thank you for coming
I
through,
wanted
man.
to be here on the show for a while now.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad it worked out. So for the people at home who are watching who don't know who you are, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself? Who is K.Lov? What are you all about?
I describe myself as like a poet or like thought provoker, I guess. K.Lov is spelled with a 3 instead of an E. The 3 stands for mind, body, and soul. I always say like I want to connect on a deeper level than just you like hearing the music. I want to connect with those 3 things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I aim for with the music. That's what I aim for in like just conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little bit about me. I'm just a boring guy who likes to rap. You know?
This man says he's boring, but I just recently learned that you used to dance before this, and I was completely shocked. I had no idea.
Shout out Ocean's 11, man.
Yeah. So I'm very curious, like, when I only know you as a music person.
Yeah.
So when did the music career start? Like, what was that aha moment for you where you were like, okay, you know, now music is my calling?
So I got the blessing to like tour the world with like my best friends. They're like my brothers, and I remember the whole time we was on tour, I was joking around with my buddy Fresh, and I kept like telling him I was a rapper, you know, like just telling him I'm a rapper every day, and he's just like, shut up. So there was one time on tour where we're doing a costume change, and Fresh and this guy Matt, they come back there, they was like, yo, K.Lov, there's people out there with signs with your name on it. But I was like, whatever, like, cause my friends always making these jokes about me, whatever. They was like, people got signs. I was like, whatever. And I go out there and some girls really had signs that like had my name and like had my name written on their arm and stuff. So I was just like, wow, you know, I was like, and I always could like rap. I never told my friends, but I could always rap. And I was like, yo, like I really think I can like do this. And I never was like in love with dance. I liked it a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's an amazing art form. But I didn't want to go further than being on tour, so I was like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? And then that's what it is. So like, I started taking music serious like 3 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like I hear that story constantly. If someone's like, yeah, you know, I just started to do music, like picked it up a few years ago. And usually you come from another creative outlet, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You would not have came to music if it wasn't through dance.
Exactly.
That was the creative outlet that led you to it. It's really awesome to see what it is that brings you to that path. On that, who inspires you musically? Like who is, when you were kind of fucking around with rapping and shit, and like now, like who is like the person who's like, this is somebody that really brings a lot of inspiration, that I draw a lot of inspiration from?
Really, first off, it was Mos Def. Because as a kid, I used to watch the Def Poetry Jam all the time.
Dude, damn.
Yeah.
I love Mos Def.
Yeah, Mos Def.
Yeah.
Like, he inspired me to do poetry. Like, as a kid, I used to write poetry all the time. And my whole family does music. Like, they used to play records that they actually had recorded. Like, my grandmother and grandfather, that they actually, like, had recorded and stuff like that. And, like, I would just listen to Mos Def, his wordplay. And then my father used to make me read the dictionary for 5 minutes a day from first grade until I got out of high school.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Damn.
So I had like I just had like a fascination with just words, period, and it stemmed from Mos Def.
Yeah.
You know. And now of course like Kendrick and Cole, Crit, you know what I'm saying? Like people of that nature who like I like Migos and all that too, you know what I'm saying? But I prefer
the wordsmiths.
Yeah, I prefer
the
that.
people who are actually like dancing circles around your head with the words.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like Jay-Z, I can go back and listen to the Blueprint and find something new still. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
To this day. So I like that type of music.
That's dope.
Because you can grow with it.
Definitely. Along this path, you know, a lot of switch ups you've made personally, life-wise, now that's led you to music. What would you say is the best piece of advice that you've gotten along the way, along this journey that you've been on so far?
Not putting a time limit on things or an age limit. This lady I used to work with, her name is Frankie. She's been like a writer. She used to write for like Jodeci and all these people, right? I was like, dang, did I like start too late? She was like, when the people love your music, the last thing they ask for is like how old you are.
So
You know,
true.
she was like, it doesn't matter. If you find a way to connect, it doesn't matter.
Not at all.
You know, she said, so just find a way to connect with people and don't worry about nothing. Just create, you know, like you're a creator. People don't look at Jay and be like, why you still rapping? They be like, you about to drop something else, because he knows how to connect with people.
For sure.
So I think like that was a piece of advice that like really was like, all right, like, you know, and this is somebody that's been in the game forever, so she's seen everything, so, you know.
I mean, that definitely makes sense, because there have even been instances with myself where there's an artist that I follow and I assume they're an age or whatever, and I look and I'm almost always surprised. It's either the younger than I anticipated, older than I anticipated, but at the end of the day, like, it didn't matter, because when they were coming up, I wasn't like, yo, wait, how old is this dude, or how old is this girl, you know?
You connected with the music, and then when you find out how old they are, you ain't like, oh, I ain't listening to them. You're just like, oh, that's crazy. You know, and you just keep
Props,
going.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Either way, like wherever it swings, is like dope. That's sick that you're doing it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, it's a good piece of advice. It's wisdom right there. That's wisdom. A little fun question for you.
Okay.
If you were stuck on an island, and you only had 3 albums to take with you, what would they be?
First off, I'm taking Speak. That's my project I'm about to drop.
Hey, with the plug.
Yeah. I definitely got to take To Pimp a Butterfly to keep me sane. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'll probably take a little like Marvin Gaye's Greatest Hits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Greatest Hits are always a good.
Yeah,
good
like I gotta have
sure.
a Marvin Gaye's Greatest Hits on the island real quick. You know what I'm saying? While
relax,
I'm watching the ocean, just
you
know, just chilling, wishing I had a girl by my side. Shout out Young Tay Tay.
That's dope. Well, that's a good 3. That's solid. That's really solid. So, since you already kind of plugged yourself, I was going to ask you, is there something you want to plug right now aside from the project? Or talk about the project a little more, Camp too.
Yeah,
sir. Let us know.
Yeah, man, I got a project called Speak coming out, and so as I told you, I spell K.Lov with a 3. So of course, Speak is spelled with a 3. There is a hidden message in it. Every third word in each song will convey, like, you know. I made it that way strictly for moments like this when people ask me about the project, so I'll just be like, oh yeah, I just dropped a project, it's dope. Speak is basically just about like me being myself, like my struggles as a man, my struggles growing up black in America, my struggles with like myself, like thoughts, doubt, you know, wanting to end it all, you know what I'm saying, like not believing in myself, not being a good person to those who love me. It's about like all those. I'm just like literally like speaking how I feel, you know, type thing. So it's a cohesive project, you know, like everything ties in together to tell the story. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be pretty amazing, man.
I mean, just the way you pitch it right now, I'm fucking excited for it.
Yeah, like I'm big on creating like experiences, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want somebody to experience the project.
And I can respect somebody who puts thought into an entire project like that. You know, it's not just like, oh yeah, like I have all these tracks done, I might as well just put them together and put it out. You know, like you're really putting full thought into what it means from beginning to end. You know?
Man. Exactly.
And that's, I respect that. That's
Thank
dope,
you, bro.
That's very dope. Excited for it. When's that coming out? Do you know?
I want to drop it next month. I'm to the point where like a lot of things are done, but I'm like being picky. And it comes to the point where they just like, yo, Kevin, like just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I got a few more things to like finish on it. And then
a wise man once told me, if you got goosebumps in a moment while making a song, always keep that part in there.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna come back to it later, and you might not like it, but just remember that moment. Like in that moment, it gave you goosebumps. Something. You stick with it. You ride it out. Because then once you go back, then you're just doubting yourself.
Yeah. Something connected right there. So you got that makes sense, man.
Well, it's coming soon.
Coming
so check
soon.
It out.
Speak.
You know, next month, maybe the month after, but very soon. So, final question here.
All right.
Why do you do this, man? Why do you do it?
Honestly, man, I feel like there's especially where I'm from, and I know it's all over the world, but I feel like people growing up in like any type of struggle, they need to see somebody that's like them, almost. Like, not just talking about fun things in life all the time. Because it's like, okay, cool, like, I'm having fun in this moment, but I still got to go back and fight somebody on a bus stop to keep my jacket, you know, or to keep my sneakers. So I make it for them so they can feel like, dang, like, this guy come from where we come from, and he got out. Like, I can't lose hope because I see somebody that did it, you know. So like that's what I think of when I'm putting the music in. And then like a lot of my friends, man, like, they inspire me to make certain things, because sometimes I don't always, like, I'm locked in the studio so much, sometimes I don't get to have conversations with them a lot. So if I give them this song that I know relates to them, it's like anytime my homies can't reach me, they always got the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can always find something, like, all right, to maybe get them through or whatever, you know. So I do it for those reasons strictly, man.
Hell yeah, man. Well, yo, thank you again for coming on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Really
Thank
excited
you.
for the performance he's got lined up for us. K.Lov3's project coming
Camp
soon.
Live.
Speak. TV dinner. Let's go.
Yes, sir.